Yeah, we don't want to talk about that. We're gonna get through this. That's the
opportunity while I was there of being the accountant for Floyd Mayweather for a number of years.
Oh, wow.
And just unbelievable experiences when I was working with him. I mean, stories that I can share, stories there. There'd be 4 or 5 very expensive sports cars out front of our building and 20 people coming in and sitting down and going through the various items that we needed to, but always very flashy, very, very out there. You know, but something that many people, it's public knowledge, not sharing anything that's not out there, but something many people don't realize is he suffered a lot through his life with depression. It's something that he's...
Floyd Mayweather recently broke down in tears after reports confirmed that investments worth $600 million are being seized by law enforcement. This came after he boldly claimed on social media that he had purchased 62 buildings in Manhattan, an announcement meant to showcase his wealth and real estate savvy. However, the situation quickly spiraled out of control. It turned out that those buildings were not registered in his name. Once that lie was exposed, the FBI began investigating his broader investment history, eventually freezing additional properties and accounts linked to him.
My lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on the regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings, all...
Currently, those assets, allegedly worth over $600 million, are locked. They can't be sold, transferred, or accessed until the investigation determines whether Floyd legally owns them. This entire ordeal was triggered by Floyd's own decision to publicize the supposed deal. He posted multiple videos flaunting the properties, confidently claiming he had made a massive purchase in Manhattan. His tone was proud, clearly meant to impress. Reactions came swiftly.
Mayweather Jr., there's a story circulating that Business Insider did talking about this $400 million property deal that he had been discussing here in New York City. But now, according to Business Insider, it's not what you think it is. They said there's no evidence there's been a sale of these properties, and it's 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan.
Fans flooded the comments. Media outlets ran the story, and the sheer scale of the claim drew attention far beyond the boxing world. But once authorities began verifying property ownership records, the truth became impossible to ignore. None of the buildings were registered under Mayweather's name.
How in 36 months, of course, with one of my new investments, I would be making $300 million a month. But
what investment is that?
Just in real estate.
Aggregate, got you.
And I'm heavy in real estate. I'm real heavy in real estate. Even though, you know, I got my own liquid. And if that means cash for those, I break it down in layman's terms. Even though
that discovery didn't just damage his credibility, it triggered a chain reaction. Federal investigators, already aware of his financial claims over the years, saw this as a reason to dig deeper. They combed through his past financial records and began freezing other assets linked to him. As of now, nothing can be moved until a full audit is completed. What makes the situation even more serious is that Mayweather has previously admitted in interviews that real estate has become his primary source of income since retiring from professional boxing. If those accounts are frozen, that cash flow disappears, at least temporarily. And with his famously high-maintenance lifestyle, that's no small concern.
understood. And he just want to be treated fair. Right. And this is for any team that's watching right now. We'll make them a deal. If they sign AB and AB go through the whole season, no problems at all. And then they got to give us 20 million. But if he mess up, then we got to give them 20 million. So if any team want to match that, you know, reach out to us.
To make matters worse, this financial storm hit just as Floyd was preparing to make one of his most ambitious moves yet, a $700 million push to buy a stake in the NFL's New York Giants. He wasn't doing it alone. Partnered with real estate investor Mir Orbach, the two were planning to lead a group effort to acquire a 10% share of the team. The Giants, valued at over $7.5 billion, are one of the league's most iconic franchises. It was set to be a landmark deal. Floyd even moved $200 million into escrow to show his commitment.
Returns, like over his lifetime, he's going to make $300 million off the deal. It just doesn't make sense, especially with the amount of power players in NYC who would have already bought those 62 units if it was so lucrative. The white guy would have easily bought those 62 units up. And this is where I think the bigger understanding comes in. Because if you don't know, the true owner is Black Spruce Management. Mayweather at most holds a minority ownership stake and likely through a financial vehicle with options.
That plan, however, now hangs in the balance. Not only is Mayweather's financial status under scrutiny, but his partner Mir Orbach has remained largely silent in recent days. When reporters reached out, he responded with a vague statement, saying only that he and his partners are always exploring different business opportunities, including team ownership, and declined to comment further. Under normal circumstances, such a response might be acceptable, but given the timing, it's raising serious concerns behind the scenes.
If you know how much money you got, you really don't have no money. So if you know how many buildings you got, you don't really have no buildings. So I think I own right now somewhere upwards of 100 buildings or more. And in, 99% of my buildings.
Naturally, that's led to even more questions. Why hasn't Orbach confirmed whether Floyd is still involved in the deal? Why the hesitation to speak publicly if everything is above board? For now, no one knows for sure, but the longer the silence continues, the more uneasy the situation becomes.
And they do the exhibitions and all that kind of stuff. It just sort of diminishes the legacy a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
And that's what I feel like's happened with Mayweather.
Why do you think he does those things, though? Do you think
for money?
I
don't think he's got the money he says. That's what I think.
You think he still needs the money?
I don't
after
think
all
he
these
needs
years?
the money. But you know when you got that lifestyle, right? So when you spend him,
adding fuel to the fire, promoter Eddie Hearn voiced doubts about Floyd's financial stability months ago. In an interview, he said, "I don't think he has the kind of money he says he has. I'm not saying he's broke, but with how much he spends and how often he does exhibitions, it makes you wonder." At the time, Floyd laughed off the remarks, saying, "Hearn always has something slick to say." But now, Hearn's words seem more grounded in reality.
New wave is what everybody's doing. And I started, of course I started with boxing, but then of course now it's real estate. My real estate portfolio is crazy, but I'm truly blessed. I'm truly blessed. And if cryptocurrency is the new wave,
Others in the industry have echoed those concerns. Boxing analyst Rick Glazer noted that while it's hard to imagine Mayweather facing financial hardship, the rumors are coming from credible sources. He described the issue as deeply rooted, suggesting it's not just a misunderstanding or PR mishap, but a genuine problem that could escalate. Just as things looked like they couldn't get worse, Floyd posted a new video, this time promoting a cryptocurrency called a set based in Thailand. In the video, he encouraged fans to invest, promising rewards such as a Zoom call with him and the project's founder, $100 cashback on investments of $20 or more, and even a private training session with him.
And it doesn't even hurt his record.
Because of the drug of boxing. Just
also
like
money.
But I don't even think he don't need any money. He
spends so much money.
Yeah, but he don't need any. Floyd,
Are you sure?
Yeah, Floyd good.
I bet if he's playing for the future, you got to keep it coming in if you're going to keep spending the way he spends.
Yeah, but I think he has a lot of other business interests that he can get money from.
Hopefully.
That kind of offer, especially from someone who rarely gives away anything for free, raised eyebrows. Why would Mayweather tie himself so heavily to an obscure coin? Why offer so many rewards linked to significant cash? To many, it looked like a desperate attempt to generate fast money. And given the timing, those suspicions don't seem unfounded. When you zoom out, this isn't just about a lie on Instagram. It's a pattern of questionable decisions, financial red flags, and a lack of transparency. Mayweather still smiles publicly, still dresses like royalty, and talks like the money will never run out. But behind the scenes, the foundation appears to be crumbling.
No, this for real. No.
Hey, shit.
No pay!
Where's Money Mayweather? Hard work?
Woo! Dedication!
No pay!
Money Mayweather where?
I don't see you.
I don't see you. All of it. Everybody.
Rent won't wait.
I got bills to pay.
Rent won't.
There's now a very real chance that more assets could be seized, more deals could fall through, and more of his past claims could be disproven. Just recently, employees at Mayweather Boxing and Fitness in Los Angeles walked out after going unpaid for weeks. They didn't just quit, they staged a protest. Signs read, "The money team has no money and hard work, dedication." Then what? One particularly striking sign read, "Labor trafficking in modern-day slavery." These weren't just slogans. They were messages from staff who believed they'd had enough.
Getting paid late, it has completely affected my life. It has affected my mental health.
According to the Daily Mail, multiple employees claimed they hadn't been paid in weeks, including trainers, front desk staff, and management. No back pay, no responses. Some even feared retaliation, but spoke out anyway. One vocal staff member explained, "Even if you work for a different company and you're not getting paid, you're scared to speak up, because businesses will silence you and fire you. Everything's at will for them." Mayweather's gym was just another version of that.
And just given the name, but the more and more that I've been here since the beginning of 2024, just seeing the treatment of the staff has just really broken my heart. And also too, for all of the staff, I've offered discounted adjustments to $20. And having staff members tell me they can't afford to pay $20 for an adjustment because they're not getting paid just really took me back to say, wow, what's going on here? Still coming in every Monday, still adjusting the staff to make sure that they felt okay, they felt regulated, that their systems didn't feel so stressed out.
Another employee added, "We're out here letting everyone know we haven't been treated right." They claimed that despite repeatedly escalating the issue internally, they were constantly dismissed. Some were even told not to speak to Floyd directly if he visited. "He was here 2 weeks ago," one said. "We were told not to tell him anything. I couldn't even tell him our studio is shutting down. Who knows if he even knows? We don't."
I was promised a lot, and being who I am a protector, and I protect my team, and I've tried to protect their employment, and unfortunately now, there's nothing for me to lose. We have lost everything. I've lost so much in this, not getting paid late. It has completely affected my life.
Sources now claim the LA location may shut down completely. This isn't a temporary protest. Staff are treating it like the end. Equipment sits unused. Classes are canceled. Members have been told not to renew. Samria Balden, the gym's general manager, said she trusted the brand when she joined. "I started in September 2023. On day one, the team wasn't being paid. I thought I could help fix things. I was fed lies from the start. I've lost so much, not getting paid late. It's destroyed my life."
Hey, what's going on, man? I'm Frank. I was a coach here at Mayweather Boxing Fitness Hollywood, and honestly, it's been disheartening to go through everything we've been going through. We haven't been getting paid fairly. It messes with your mental health. We had to rely on a member that worked at Chick-fil-A that granted us some free Chick-fil-A cards, so we're all eating unhealthy meals to the point where we can't even go home and get some fresh fruit. We're not able to literally pay for our bills. The debt, it accumulated to the point where it messed with the mental.
Another coach shared how the stress went beyond paychecks. "It's disheartening. We haven't been paid fairly. It messes with your mental health. My wife had to go to the hospital from stress caused by this job, and working for a big-name brand like Mayweather's makes it even worse. The reality is we're not even getting paid."
Buffett, that's in his 80s or 90s, that can still make a ton of money. The Waltons that own Walmart. Bill Gates can still make computers. But soon as someone black, when my career is over as far as me in a combat sport, as far as boxing, whatever, if I'm promoting on social media or I'm doing exhibitions, it's like, oh man, he's broke. No, it's not a crime for them to make money. They don't say nothing about the guys that's...
As of now, Floyd Mayweather hasn't commented on the walkout, the pay dispute, or the possible shutdown. But his silence is deafening, especially after just weeks ago he was boasting on social media about owning over $1 billion in real estate. For staff struggling to pay bills, that contrast feels like a slap in the face. Questions are now being raised about who manages his business empire. Some suggest it's a franchise issue, not Mayweather's direct fault. Others argue if his name is on the gym, he's responsible. Outside criticism is also growing.
It's IBM Co. Crazy company. Now, I need you guys to come closer and check this out. So let me come give you guys a breakdown. Well, in the industry, you see a lot of people with this kind of watch, this kind of watch, and this kind of watch.
Amir Khan spoke candidly in an interview. It's sad, but look, karma's A/B******. He was arrogant, throwing money around like that. There's poverty everywhere, and he's throwing money at strip clubs. Khan's remarks reflect a growing sentiment in the boxing world. Floyd built a persona around excess. His nickname wasn't just money, he lived it. From private jets to diamond watches, from duffel bags of cash to nightclub showers of bills. That was the Mayweather lifestyle.
Shit, and he's like, look at my $1 million watch, look at my fucking jet, look at my house, look at this. He's like constantly showing you all these things that he has. Like he'll lay out watches in a hotel bed, like this is $1 million worth of watches. This watch goes for $2 million. And they're like, this is my small watch that I take sometimes, but when I'll show you, when I'll show up, I bring.
So when protesters hold signs accusing him of modern day slavery outside his own gym, it hits differently. Even if Floyd isn't managing the LA gym directly, the fallout sticks to his brand. His name is his brand. If people go unpaid under it, the story spirals, especially after he claimed his wealth came from smart investments. The concern is bigger than one gym. If things are falling apart in LA, are other locations at risk? Franchise chains have been hit with lawsuits over mismanagement before. If more employees speak out or if other branches face issues, this becomes more than just an isolated scandal.
Check this out. Carbon fiber. Come check it out, y'all.
In the meantime, gym members are caught in limbo. Those who prepaid annual memberships are demanding refunds. Others don't know if their training sessions will even happen. There's been no formal communication, no emails, no statements. Just silence. This could spiral into class action lawsuits. Some employees have reportedly contacted labor attorneys, asking if Mayweather can be held liable or if it's a franchising matter. Depending on who owns the LLC behind the LA branch, things could get legally complex very fast.
The money man is back. I'm here in New York City with the one and only Benny the Jeweler. Benny, tell the people what you sold me today.
All right. See what's going on. We got the Eye of the Tiger factory on a full pave bracelet.
And tell the people about this, please.
We got the white tag.
What's especially troubling is how closely this situation mirrors earlier controversies around Mayweather's investment claims. With the FBI already investigating, financial scrutiny is intensifying. When a business empire starts to crack, each new breach is magnified. And angry, unpaid workers outside your gym, that's more than a crack, it's a full-on breach. Investors and partners are now re-evaluating the Mayweather brand. With gym locations across the US all tied to his name, if LA collapses, so might the rest. Franchise sales could stall. Partners may pull out. Expansion plans could freeze. It's hard to promote growth when your flagship is crumbling on camera. What happens next depends entirely on Floyd. If he addresses the workers, pays what's owed, and takes accountability, there's still a chance to salvage the narrative. If he remains silent, the situation will likely escalate into courtrooms and headline after headline. But so far, no statement, no video, no payroll confirmations, no apology. just a worsening crisis that points to one conclusion. Floyd Mayweather's financial empire is under strain, and the coming days may reveal just how deep that strain goes.